All right, welcome back to the channel. I want to welcome all the motorcycle riders, creators, bloggers. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today about the 5 must-have items for motorcycle blogging. Okay, so if this is a topic that interests you, or you're thinking about getting into this life, the motorcycle riding life, and you understand that you want to be able to transmit that experience as clear as possible, you have to have these items, and this episode is for you. We're going to be discussing all that, and at the end I have a bonus for you also. It's a +1 that you must have in order to be able to tell that story. So let's ride on into it and let's get on it. Okay, so the number 1 item that you must have, and this is the heart of the whole experience, other than the motorcycle, is that camera. You have to have the right camera. And that being said, we have different options of cameras that we can use in order to be able to do this. Okay, in when you think in what is available out there, you want to have something that is reliable. You want to have something that has been out there and that has been proven to work for what you want to do, in order to be able to tell that story as realistic as possible. Remember, when you are in motorcycle, there are a lot of factors. There is the weather, there is the vibration of the engine of the motorcycle, there is the curves that you take, there is the sightseeing areas that you go, and you want to be able to capture all that during this experience. So I have here a few examples that I want to discuss and cover some of the things that we must have on those cameras in order to be able to tell, to be able to have the right equipment or the right camera to tell that story. So also you have to think about which angles and what do you want to show on that experience. You can show the areas and the road that you're taking. You can show a 360 view of the surroundings. You can also show all the riders that are with you on the ride, and you have to have the right camera to do so. One camera is not going to do it. You can start with one if you want to focus just on the road or in the image of you riding, or if you want to focus on the scenery, you can start with that. And then as you grow your experience and as you go to different places, you may want to show different things. So in order to do that, you have to have the right camera, like I said. Number 1, you have to have an action camera. Okay, and for those action cameras, we have different options here. Okay, you will have the GoPro, which is a very used camera nowadays, and you have to understand the features that are important on these cameras. Okay, we have here the GoPro 13, as you can see, and I'm sure that you are all very familiar with. I'm going to turn it on here. Let's see. And when you are recording with this camera, you are able to see, both what the camera is watching, and you can change the features that you want to use on this. But it's very important that you have an action camera. What are the things that are important with this camera? Okay, some of the things that you want to use, or make sure that the features that the camera has, excellent image stabilization. Okay, you have to have image stabilization because remember, you are in a motorcycle, the engine is vibrating, you're taking curves, you're moving left and right, you are going to different areas and different angles on that motorcycle. So you have to have excellent image stabilization. For this purpose, not only the GoPro is out there, also the DJI action cameras. They have the Action 5 and 6, as well as the GoPro have different options. You don't have to have the 13. I think that from the GoPro 8 upwards, they are very good cameras, so you can choose any of those. But it has to have excellent image stabilization. 4K recording is also another feature that you want to ensure that that camera has. Good low light performance. Remember, you're gonna probably start your ride early in the morning, and you're gonna keep going until late in the afternoon. So you want to make sure that that camera has good low light performance, durability, and waterproof. We are exposed to the environment out there, rain, snow, wind. So that durability and waterproofing is very important on your cameras. You don't want to spend a lot of money on a camera and then have your camera ruined by rain. So you have to ensure that those two qualities are present on your camera. And then the other thing that is important too is the mounting options that you have for that camera in particular. Not all the cameras are the same. We have some clip-on, just like the GoPro has. You can see it right here, in which this clip will go into the mount, and we'll be talking about the mount also later on. Another option on the camera is the Insta360 here. And by the way, none of these companies have paid me anything to talk about them. These are the cameras that I use. It's what works for me. You don't have to have all these cameras. You can choose one and start with that and then change to another camera. But these are the ones that work for me. And because I want to be able to tell the whole experience, the different angles, the scenery, the way that I ride my motorcycle, show other people that are riding with me. So those things to me are important, and I want to be able to tell the story by sharing those experiences with the audience. So in order for me to do that, I have to have different options of cameras that cover different aspects. The action camera will capture just one direction or one dimension, if you will, whether it is the road that you're taking or the scenery, or you will focus just on you. The good thing about the Insta360 is that you are able to go 360 degrees on that motorcycle ride. And the benefit of that is that you can have one angle at some moment, focus on the road, in a different position on the motorcycle to give the viewers a different perspective of the ride. You can change that angle to show the scenery. You can change the angle to show other riders that are riding with you, or you can just simply change it to focus on you as well. You can even select a person or a specific area and mark it for that Insta360 to focus on that. The buttons are very good. Once you press it, the camera will come on and it will show you the different angles. And you can see here, you can change that angle to whatever you want to do it. And while the camera is recording, it's going to show that angle in particular. So you can see that it's showing me here. And then I can change the angle to show something else. Okay, so that is the benefit on this camera. I use this camera a lot when I'm riding, as well as the GoPro, for different things that I want to make sure that are recorded. Okay, so that's another option. One third option that you have is the DJI gimbal. Okay, this is a very good camera as well, because again, we talk about image stabilization on these cameras. This camera, once you turn it on, that gimbal will focus on whatever you're showing. And you can move it left and right, as you can see here, and the camera will still center on what you're pointing out. You can click on the button there and it will change the angle automatically. And you can see the different angles that will show. On this one, it's showing the roof, but you can change the position of the camera there to show something more specific, as you can see there. All right, so this is another camera that is very good. I use it a lot while I'm riding, specifically to show other motorcycles or other riders that are with me at that point. So that's another option of camera that you can use. The DJI gimbal, the Osmo. Okay, it's easy to turn on. You'll go back into its position. So if you want to turn it on, you just flick the switch here and it will come back on. And then you hit record and it will start recording your specific video that you are showing. Okay, so these are three of the cameras that I use. As I said at the beginning, Do you have to have all these cameras? No. If you are able to afford it and to include this on your equipment for your motorcycle blogging, you'll have a lot of different angles that you can later on work on and show the viewers. That way they can immerse themselves on that experience, on that motorcycle riding experience that we all love and enjoy. So these are some of the items that, some of the cameras that I use. There are a lot more out there. Depending on your budget, you can spend money on that. But that is very those. This is the heart of the whole experience. Your camera is your storytelling engine, and you have to treat it like one. If you are not able to transmit that story, then no matter how well you try to explain it, the viewers are not gonna be able to understand or to capture the whole experience. So number one item, the camera. You have to have the right camera. Like I said, GoPro, DJI, DJI Osmo, or the Insta360 are the options. Number two item, okay? Number two item, and this is very important. You could have the best camera, spend a lot of money on that, and then if you don't have this item or additional of these items, then you are not gonna be able to tell that story. And that item is extra batteries. I'm telling you, that is so important. The battery life on those cameras, at the most, you'll get probably half an hour, 45 minutes. The Insta360 is very good. Depending on how your settings are and how you want to use it, it could last longer or it could run out really quick. In my particular case, what I do, I don't hit record and have the camera record the whole time that I'm writing. I'm able to hit record in a specific areas or a specific scenery that I want to show the audience or the viewers, and then I can go in there on the editing software and rearrange everything and tell that story. But you have to have additional batteries. How many? It depends on how long are you gonna be out riding. In my case, I would say minimum of 4 additional batteries if you have an Insta360. And in general, that should be, the minimum amount, 4 or 5 extra batteries. It's all gonna depend on your budget too and how much you want to expend to. So in my case, I want to make sure that I have more than enough. I do a lot of long distance motorcycle riding. So in my case, I want to make sure that I have enough batteries to last me the whole trip that I'm doing. Okay. If you have ever been in the middle of an incredible ride and suddenly your battery dies, there goes the whole storytelling. So you have to have the correct the correct number of batteries or amount of batteries to be able to tell that story. Like I said, how many? 2, 3, 4. I'll say minimum of 4 if you're going into a very long ride. But an additional minimum 2 to 4, I'll say it will be the right amount. Okay. A portable charging band. Okay, so this is also important. If you have additional batteries, and let's say that you are you're gonna make a stop somewhere, you have to have a power bank or an ability to recharge the battery that you already use. In my case, I use this one here. Is the Insta360. This is for my Insta360 camera. I have the X5, and this is very, very portable. It has a USB-C charging cable here in which you connect your adapter there, and then you can recharge your battery, and it will tell you with these lights how much battery you have left or if it's charged already. So this is very important too, not only to have the battery, but you have to have the power adapter to recharge the batteries that you have. This will give you a flexibility. You can film more, less stress. You can focus on the ride instead of, oh my God, I'm running out of battery. That is why it's so important that you have additional batteries and the ability to recharge those batteries. Okay, think of extra battery as an insurance for your content. You hope you won't need them, but you'll always be glad that you have them. Okay, so sometimes I go into rides and I don't have to change the batteries. I don't have to worry about the batteries because the ride is not that long. But then I start my ride thinking, okay, it's not gonna be a long ride, but then I'm enjoying myself so much that I change my mind and I want to go into a longer ride. So you have to have that additional battery as an insurance, and you have to have the ability to recharge those batteries. That way you can focus on the experience on the ride and not on whether or not you have enough battery power to record everything. So extra batteries, very important. All right, and with that we're gonna go to item number three. Item number three. And what is item number three? Okay, I think that just as everything else that we have discussed, this item is basic to have and very important to have, because this is gonna give the rider that one experience that you are looking for to show. Okay, and is the mounts, the specific mounts that you're gonna need for that camera. With those mounts you can set up different angles. Okay, and I want to show you how those angles matter on a motorcycle. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to show you an image here in how these mounts are on one of my motorcycles. Okay, you can see here on this area here where it says Insta360. You can look at the actual mount. If you give me just a second, let me get the correct angle here. You can see the mount in this one is on the engine guard, and I have it there. And on top of that, I put the Insta360, and I'm going to show you here how the setup is. So when you look at this mount in particular, okay, if you see this image right here, on this motorcycle, they have the mount right there on the handlebar. What I do with my Insta360, I have a magnetic connector in which I put the camera on that connector, and it gives, and at that point I can put it on the handlebar, and I'm going to show you again here so you can see it on this additional view. This one right here, you can see how it is on the handlebar. That gives it more height, and you're able to show more of whatever angle you want to show with that Insta360 by having it in there. So what happened is you put it on this mount there, and then with this motorcycle bundle kit, it has the harness that will attach to the handlebar, and that you saw on this angle right here. This is the actual harness on the motorcycle that goes on the handlebar right there. And then this part is the actual connection to the camera itself. So when you look at this part right here is the legs, if you will, of the connection to the handlebar, and that will give you more height. Okay, so it's very important that you have the right connector. Very important that you have a quick access to it. If I want to take this camera, let's say that I park somewhere and I want to get if I need to go use the restroom or get gas, or if we're gonna go out to eat, then you don't have to leave this on the motorcycle. These cameras are very expensive. You don't want to leave it there for somebody to come over and take it. All right, and there goes your $400 that you're spending on something like this. This quick connector, you just press on it, unattach it, and go on by your way, you know. And the only thing that will stay on the motorcycle on the handlebar is this connector. I don't think anybody will be willing to steal from a biker, but you will have the peace of mind of taking this with you. These connectors are magnetic, but when you look on the back here, um, you have a lock in place there. So once you lock that, no matter how hard you press on this, it will stay there. Okay. And this camera, the first thing that we talk on the features of this camera was the image stabilization. So the vibration on the motorcycle or turning left and right would not have an effect on the quality of the video that you're taking because of the image stabilization on these cameras. So those mounts are very important, and especially the harness that goes on the motorcycle is also very important. So as far as the actual harness, you'll have two options. This one in particular here is more for the handlebar or the engine guards. I'm gonna try to open it here. So when you open this, you'll have your actual harness, okay? And we'll discuss about the suction cup in just a second. Let's focus on this one in particular. So here you have the actual harness that goes on the handlebar or anywhere on your engine guards. These are models for the helmet that you can mount that camera on your helmet. That'll give you a rider's view of the road. But if you have the Insta360, you can change that angle, like I said. Okay. Once you grab this harness right here, you have the ability to adapt it to the width of your handlebar. Okay. You lose this here, and this will open to the width of the handlebar. And this part right here just attaches to the camera. This is very handy. I use this a lot. I have it in different positions on my motorcycle. I have one on the handlebar, one on the engine guard, and one on the back side on the CC CC bar, or the luggage rack, I should say. And that doesn't mean that I have put one different camera on each one. But if I want to change the angle, I just move the camera from the handlebar to whatever second position or second options I have on the motorcycle. So these are very important. It comes with the attachments that you need for mounting and dismounting that camera, okay, to the harness. So they include everything here that you need. These are very popular. I use this a lot on my motorcycle, and it helps me a lot to, again, tell that story, tell rider's story for what for your audience. Okay, very important. The harness. So this is for the Insta360. Then we have the suction cup. This one is more for the GoPros, as you can tell. And basically, this is a suction cup that attaches to hard surfaces on your motorcycle. This one I use it and put it a lot on my saddlebags. You can put it on the frame in the front of the motorcycle. And it will show you that perspective of where you're going and the road view of the video. Okay, if you put it on the saddlebag, it will show you that different angle that you can use later on when you're editing your video. So suction cup, very important, very handy to have on the motorcycle when you're vlogging. So this here, it's basically a suction cup. I'm not gonna open it. It shows the image right there. This is the part that goes on the hard surface, and then you can move up and down the camera angle to show exactly which angle you're willing to show to the audience. Okay, so like I said, this is also a very important part of the whole experience. To have the correct harness for your motorcycle, okay, to be able to tell that story. Number 4 on the list of the 5 must-have items on when you're blogging or writing. And this one is very handy in my case, okay? This one helped me a lot and helped me focus on the writing and not so much on the cameras. You don't want to be reckless. You want to be able to tell the story, but you want to be able to survive that motorcycle ride, right? So this item allows me to focus on the road and not worry too much about what angle am I showing, because it gives me the ability to see closer to me when I'm riding. And that item is a GPS remote, okay? GPS remote. And basically what this does, you could have it on your wrist like a watch. In my case, what I do, I put it on the motorcycle handlebar. And when we look at this image right here, when I put it on the motorcycle handlebar, it's basically on the opposite side where I have this handle here. So this one is on the right. I'll put it on the left side, and I will wrap around that wristband on the handlebar there. So when I'm riding, basically, I'm looking at the GPS tracker, this here. All right. I'm looking at this tracker, and it's about this far from my face when I'm riding because my handlebars are right there. And if I want to look at the angle that I'm showing on my camera, this image, this screen right here, it will show me exactly what the camera is watching. Okay. So when I turn this on, it will connect to the camera. Let's see if it works. You can see how it's coming on. So if I want to change the angle, as you can see there, it's showing the same thing. On the handlebar, I'll just move this and look how it's moving on the camera. You can see the movement of the actual camera angle once I move this GPS there. All right. So item number 4, a good GPS connection. If you have the Insta360, it will be to the best one for you to have. They have other ones that just connects to the camera for on and on, but I do like this particular one because it allows me to change the angle right there next to my face. When I have my hands, I don't have to change or look at anything else. I can focus on the road, and if I just want to do a little turn, it will do it right there. Okay, so you can see the different angles right there, and you're able to change that on the actual GPS control remote. Okay, GoPro has a different one. I'm gonna turn this off here. And what it does is basically turn the GoPro on and off, which is also very handy because you don't want to be focusing on trying to turn things off while you're riding. And then last but not least, the other item that we want to make sure that we have available are, here goes. You want to have, if you have the Insta360, some lens replacement kits or lens guards, okay? These cameras are very expensive. And while you're riding, they're gonna be hidden by rain, debris, bugs, anything out there that is able to hit that camera, it will hit it. Let me tell you, you have to always pay attention to that because you don't want to continue to ride, forget that you didn't check for this, and then when you go home and check your footage, you cannot see anything because you hit a bug and it just damaged the whole day of recording. You want to make sure that you're constantly cleaning it and everything, but also if something hard hits it and you see that that you clean it and it's still there, these replacement kits for the Insta365 are very handy. All you got to do is unscrew the old lens and put the new one and you're good to go. But this one here, the lens guard, goes over the actual lens on the camera and it protects that camera. Okay, I'm going to show you how easy it is to take this guard on and off. You basically grab the guard there, you twist it sideways, and then you take it out. It's that simple. It's that easy to be able to take that lens in and out of the camera. So you want to have extra of this because you want to protect your money that you invested on. This is very expensive equipment, and you want to have the ability to change this if you need to. Okay, so item number 5 is the lens guard. Okay, this will protect the camera against dust, dirt, bugs, rain, and road debris. You don't wanna not spend money on this. Have a good day at riding. have the batteries, have the amazing cameras that you spend money on, and then realize that because something on the road, a debris hit it, uh, will hit it, and then you just lose all that footage. Uh, a smart blogger always carry at least one spare lens cover, microfiber cloth, and maybe even a small cleaning spray to clean all the debris that the camera hits. So this is a small investment that can save you a lot of money and frustration. Okay. So item number 5 in last one was the lens cover on the lens replacement kit. Okay. And then if you have stayed this long, okay, we're gonna talk about the bonus item that I told you at the beginning, uh, that is also very essential on this blogging experience, and that will be to have a editing powerhouse. Okay, you must have the right software to edit that video that you spend so much time and effort and money to tell your story. In my case, I use the DaVinci Resolve software. I use it because it comes with a Atom Mini Extreme ISO that I use for editing my videos and for blogging. It is very handy. I'm gonna see if I can show you here on the website. Give me just 1 second. I'll make sure that I put this here, this view. Let's go on the website. You'll go to the website and it will show you that experience there. They have an option that you can download for free, or you can pay a little extra to have all the capabilities of editing that you will have if you get this software. So the bonus item is to make sure that you have some good editing software that is going to be able to help you tell that story. With this type of software, you will be able to cut and trim your clips, add music and sound effects, adjust the colors on your videos, stabilize shaky footage, add titles, transition, and some visual effects to your videos. DaVinci Resolve turns your motorcycle footage into a cinema experience. It's like a movie kind of telling story, and that's what you want to do. You want to tell the audience how unique that experience was, how free and how much of a stress you can relieve by doing these adventures. So you want to make sure that you have this. It doesn't have to be DaVinci Resolve. They have a whole bunch of other ones. I think that for users is very intuitive and also easy to use. In my case, I have taught myself how to do all this. I haven't taken any like specific course. I have taken time to educate myself on how to be able to achieve the things that I want to achieve. But the ease of use of this type of software, DaVinci Resolve, is very helpful. Okay, so just to recap, we want to make sure that you have reliable camera, extra batteries, solid mount guards for your solid motorcycle mounts for your cameras, GPS remotes, and make sure that you have extra lens in covers and replacements for your camera to be able to save that footage the way that you want to transmit it to your audience. And the bonus item is the DaVinci Resolve software or any type of editing software that you may need or use to be able to adapt that video or footage to however you want it. With these tools, you are not just a writer, you are a motorcycle storyteller, and you want to be able to tell your story to your audience. So those are the things that I have for you. I want to make sure that you all understood and have these items. If you are thinking and considering getting into this type of storytelling by doing either a podcast or just showing a video on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, these are things that are going to help you. So grab your gear, hit the road, and start capturing videos of your journey. Okay, tell that story. Let people know why motorcycle riding is is so important in some people, especially veterans in military personnel. We use this as a escape route of the stress and the memories of the military service that we did. So it's very important that you have the right equipment, and these items will help you get there. I want to thank you all for taking your time in listening to this podcast. All my military people, thank you so much. Ride safe, ride free, and keep chasing the horizon, people. God bless you all. God bless our military. And don't forget to go to Souls of Freedom Military Motorcycle Association on our website, Facebook, and TikTok. Watch our videos. If you want to reach out, reach out. We are here to help you. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit like at the end. Hit like if you like this content. We're gonna continue to provide information about this type of journeys. Hit like and share. Subscribe to our channel. That's the way we're gonna be able to do this. So thank you so much to everybody. Give yourself a round of applause. God bless you all. God bless America, and God bless our military. Until next time, I'll see you down the road. Thank you, guys.